Have you ever felt like your cat loves you, but just doesn't show it the way you expect? No loud greetings, no jumping, no desperate need for attention, and yet somehow you know the bond is real. What if I told you that cats feel love just as deeply as we do? They just express it in a language most humans never learn to understand. This isn't a video about cute cat moments. This is about decoded behavior, silent trust, chosen connection. Because when a cat loves you, it's not accidental, it's intentional. Every slow blink, every quiet sit nearby, every moment they choose your presence without asking for anything back. That's love, the cat way. And once you understand how cats feel love in their own unique way, you'll never look at your cat the same again. Stay with us, because by the end of this video, you'll realize something powerful. Your cat has been telling you I love you all along. You just didn't know how to listen. Love, the cat way, not loud, but deep. If you think love always looks like hugs, kisses, and loud excitement, cats are about to completely change your definition. Cats don't love loudly. They love quietly. And once you understand their language, you realize their love is deep, intentional, and incredibly personal. Most people say cats are cold. The truth, cats are careful. In the wild, trust is survival. Giving affection to the wrong being could mean danger. So when a cat chooses you, it's not random. It's earned. A cat's love doesn't shout. It whispers. When your cat slowly blinks at you from across the room, that's not boredom. In cat language, a slow blink means, I feel safe with you. Among cats, that gesture is reserved only for those they trust deeply. When your cat does it to you, they're offering emotional vulnerability. Then there's the way cats sit near you but not on you. A dog might jump into your lap. A cat chooses proximity. If your cat rests a few feet away, facing you, tail relaxed, eyes half closed, that's love. They're sharing space, which in the feline world is a powerful emotional bond. They don't need constant contact. Your presence is enough. And let's talk about head bumps. When a cat gently presses their forehead against you, they're doing something ancient. Cats have scent glands on their heads. That soft bump is their way of marking you as family. They're saying, you belong to me, and I belong with you. Even needing the rhythmic pushing of paws isn't random or cute behavior. It's emotional memory. Kittens need their mother while nursing. When your adult cat needs you, they're reliving safety, warmth, and comfort. In that moment, you are home. Cats also show love by being vulnerable around you, sleeping on their back, turning their back toward you, using the litter box, or eating near you. These aren't casual acts. A cat exposes themselves only when they feel completely secure. Their love is rooted in trust, not dependency. And perhaps the most misunderstood sign of all, when a cat follows you from room to room, but pretends they're not being clingy, they're being connected. Cats love with boundaries, dignity, and choice. Every affectionate moment they offer is intentional. Nothing is forced. Nothing is fake. In the world of cats, love isn't dramatic. It's deliberate. And once a cat loves you, it's for real. The bond no one notices. How cats choose their person. Cats don't love everyone the same way. And that's not attitude. That's attachment. If you've ever wondered why a cat ignores a room full of people but quietly follows one person everywhere, here's the truth. Cats form selective emotional bonds. When a cat chooses you, it's not about convenience. It's about connection. Unlike dogs, Cats don't attach through obedience. They attach through emotional safety. A cat studies humans the way humans study strangers. Your tone, your movements, your energy. If you're calm, predictable, and respectful of their space, a cat's nervous system relaxes around you. That's when bonding begins. This is why cats often prefer people who don't force affection. The person who ignores them, that's the person a cat trusts first. Because in cat psychology, being allowed to exist without pressure is love. Once a cat chooses you, their behavior changes in subtle but powerful ways. They start sleeping closer to you. They adjust their routine to match yours. They appear when you're emotionally low without being called. Cats are incredibly sensitive to emotional shifts. They notice stress in your voice, tension in your body, changes in your breathing. When a cat sits beside you during a quiet, heavy moment, they're not being random. They're responding. This is emotional attunement. Another sign of deep bonding is vocal communication. Cats don't meow at each other much. Meowing is a behavior they develop for humans. If your cat talks to you short chirps, soft trills, gentle meows, they're speaking a language they created just for you. That's intimacy. And then there's the gift behavior. Sometimes it's a toy. Sometimes it's something less pleasant. To a cat, bringing you something is an act of care. In their mind, they're providing. They're saying, I want to take care of you the way you take care of me. Even moments of distance can be love. Cats don't disappear emotionally when they walk away. They regulate themselves. When a cat leaves after cuddling, it's not rejection, it's balance. They're maintaining emotional comfort without overstimulation. This is why cat love feels mysterious. It's not constant, it's not loud, but it's deeply consistent. Once bonded, cats remember kindness for years. A cat that trusts you will forgive mistakes, tolerate discomfort, and seek you out again and again. They don't forget how you made them feel. Cats don't love because they need you. They love because they choose you. And when a creature built for independence chooses emotional closeness, that bond is rare. Silent signals how cats say I love you without a single sound. Cats don't rely on words. They rely on signals, quiet, invisible messages most humans never notice. One of the strongest ways cats express love is through scent. A cat's world is built on smell. When your cat rubs against your legs, your hands, or even your phone, they're not just being affectionate. They're mixing their scent with yours. In cat language, shared scent means shared identity. It's their way of saying, you are part of my safe world. This is also why cats are sensitive to change. New perfume, new clothes, a new person. When a cat re-smells you after you come home, they're reconnecting emotionally. They're checking, you're still you. We're still us. Routine is another powerful love language. Cats thrive on predictability. When your cat waits for you at the same time every day, sleeps near you at night, or follows your daily habits, that's attachment. They're syncing their internal clock with yours. In the animal world, synchronized routines mean trust. A cat that loves you builds their day around your presence. Then there's the quiet loyalty most people miss. Cats may not greet you at the door like dogs, but they notice when you leave. They listen to the sound of your keys. They recognize the rhythm of your footsteps. Studies have shown cats can identify their owner's voice. Even if they don't always respond, they know you're there, even when they pretend not to care. Eye contact is another silent message. A relaxed cat will hold soft eye contact, then slowly look away. That's respect. In cat behavior, Staring is aggression, but choosing to look away is trust. When your cat does this, they're showing emotional confidence around you. And when they expose their belly, that's not an invitation, that's vulnerability. A cat showing their belly near you means they feel completely safe. They're not asking to be touched, they're showing trust. If they allow you to touch it, that's an even deeper level of love. Even sleeping positions tell a story. A cat sleeping with their back toward you is saying, I trust you to watch over me. A cat sleeping near your head is bonding through scent and warmth. A cat sleeping on your clothes is choosing comfort that smells like you. Cats also express love through absence. They don't need constant reassurance. They trust the bond even when they're alone. That quiet confidence is emotional security. Cat love is subtle. It's built into habits, scent, timing, and silence. You don't feel it all at once. You notice it over time. And once you truly understand how cats communicate, you realize they've been saying I love you the entire time. When you're not okay, how cats love you in your quietest moments. Cats don't rush toward chaos. They move toward emotion. If you've ever noticed your cat suddenly appear when you're sad, exhausted, or mentally drained, that's not coincidence. Cats are incredibly tuned into emotional energy, especially from the human they're bonded with. They notice the things you don't say, your slower movements, your heavier breathing, the way you sit differently when something is wrong. Cats read patterns, and emotional shifts break patterns. When that happens, a bonded cat becomes alert, not anxious, but attentive. That's why cats often sit near you when you're overwhelmed. Without demanding attention, they're offering presence, not pressure. A cat that chooses to stay close during your low moments is practicing what animal behaviorists call passive comfort. They don't try to fix you. They don't interrupt. They simply share space so you're not alone. And for a creature that values independence, that's love. You may notice your cat becoming softer during these moments. Their movements slow down. Their meows become quieter. They need more or rest their paw on you. These are grounding behaviors. Cats use them to regulate themselves, and when they do them near you, they're sharing that calm. It's emotional co-regulation. Some cats even place themselves between you and a door, a screen, or another person. This isn't dominance, it's protective positioning. In their instincts, emotional vulnerability requires safety. They're watching over you. Cats also remember emotional experiences. If you cried while holding your cat once, they don't forget that state. The next time you're sad, they may approach sooner. That's learning through emotional memory. This is why some cats seem to know when you're sick, grieving, or heartbroken. They don't understand the story. They understand the feeling. And here's something most people miss. Cats don't love pity. If you try to force comfort, they'll pull away. But if you allow them to choose the moment, the connection becomes stronger. Cat love only works when it's voluntary. Even when a cat leaves during emotional moments, it doesn't mean they don't care. Sometimes they withdraw because emotions feel intense. Cats protect their own nervous systems too. That's not rejection. That's self-regulation. True cat love is balanced. They support you without losing themselves. And when a cat curls up beside you after a hard day, not demanding touch, just breathing near you, that's their way of saying, I'm here, you're safe, we'll get through this. Distance that means trust. Why cats pull away but never leave? One of the biggest misunderstandings about cats is this. People think distance means disinterest. For cats, Distance often means security. Cats don't cling when they feel safe. They relax. And relaxation in the animal world only happens when survival feels guaranteed. If your cat can walk away from you without fear of losing the bond, that's trust. A cat that truly loves you knows you're not going anywhere. This is why cats sometimes leave right after a warm, intimate moment. The cuddling wasn't incomplete, it was enough. Cats are masters of emotional self-regulation. They step back before overstimulation turns into stress. That's emotional intelligence. When a cat chooses distance, they're maintaining balance, not creating separation. Think of it as taking a breath instead of holding one too long. There's also something deeper happening. Autonomy. Cats value choice above everything. When they feel in control of their interactions, affection becomes meaningful. Forced closeness breaks trust. Voluntary closeness strengthens it. That's why the strongest cat-human bonds often look quiet from the outside. No constant cuddles, no non-stop attention. Just consistency. And consistency is where cat love lives. You may also notice your cat watching you from afar, from a doorway, from a shelf, from across the room. They're not ignoring you, they're monitoring. In feline behavior, keeping you in sight is a form of connection. They feel close even without physical contact. Some cats even show love by not reacting. They stay calm when you move suddenly. They don't run when you raise your voice accidentally. They tolerate handling they don't enjoy. That tolerance is trust built over time. Cats also withdraw when they sense emotional or environmental tension. Loud noises, conflict, overstimulation, they step away to protect their peace. This doesn't weaken the bond, it preserves it. A cat that feels safe will always return, and when they do, it's intentional. They'll choose a moment when the energy feels right, when the room is quiet, when you're still, when they know the interaction will be gentle. That's not emotional distance. That's emotional maturity. Cats don't love by attaching themselves to you. They love by standing confidently beside you and stepping back when needed. That kind of love isn't fragile. It's stable, built through moments. How play and trust turn into love. Cats don't fall in love all at once. They build it moment by moment, interaction by interaction. One of the strongest ways cats deepen their bond with humans is through play. Play isn't just entertainment for cats. It's instinct, confidence, and connection combined. When your cat invites you to play dropping a toy near you, staring intensely, flicking their tail, they're not bored. They're asking for engagement on equal ground. In the wild, play is how young cats learn trust. Who's safe, who respects limits, who understands rhythm. When you play with your cat the right way, letting them stalk, chase, and win, you're speaking their emotional language. You're telling them, I understand you. And cats bond deeply with those who understand them. Trust also grows through predictable behavior. Cats feel safest around humans whose actions make sense. Sudden grabs, loud reactions, or inconsistent moods confuse them. Calm, steady energy builds security. Every time you respect your cat signals ears back, tail flick, stepping away, you're reinforcing trust. You're saying your boundaries matter. And when a cat feels heard, love follows. Another powerful bonding moment happens during care routines. Feeding, grooming, cleaning their space. When done gently and consistently, these moments tell a cat that you're reliable. You meet their needs without drama. Over time, reliability becomes emotional attachment. This is why many cats show affection right after meals or grooming sessions. In their minds, Care equals safety. Shared experiences also shape love. A move to a new home, a stormy night, a quiet afternoon nap. When a cat goes through something unfamiliar with you nearby, their brain associates you with stability. Even stressful moments, when handled calmly, strengthen the bond. And here's something subtle but important. Cats notice how you look at them. Soft eyes, slow movements, gentle voice. These cues tell a cat they're not being judged or threatened. Over time, your presence becomes emotionally neutral and then emotionally positive. That's when love shifts from cautious to comfortable. Cats don't need grand gestures. They need consistency. They remember who plays fairly, who feeds on time, who respects silence, and they reward that memory with trust. Cat love isn't emotional fireworks. It's emotional architecture quietly built, layer by layer. Love that grows quieter. How cats love as they grow older. As cats age, their love doesn't fade. It refines. Kittens love through chaos chasing, climbing, biting, exploring. Their affection is loud and clumsy. But as cats grow older, their emotional world becomes calmer, more intentional. They stop wasting energy where it doesn't matter, and that includes love. An older cat may play less, but they observe more. They watch routines. They choose moments carefully. When an older cat approaches you, it's rarely random. It's purposeful. They sit closer. They stay longer. They leave slower. Aging cats value comfort, and comfort comes from emotional safety. By this stage, they've learned who respects them, who listens, and who brings peace. Their affection becomes selective and deeper. You may notice older cats sleeping more near their favorite human. Sleep is vulnerability. For a cat with years of experience, choosing to rest near you means complete trust. They're saying, I don't need to stay alert here. Older cats also communicate love through routine loyalty. They appear at the same time every day. They wait in the same spot. They follow familiar paths around you. This predictability isn't boredom, it's bonding. Shared rhythm creates emotional grounding. You become part of their internal clock. As cats age, they also become more emotionally expressive in subtle ways. Gentler head bumps, softer purring, longer moments of stillness beside you. Their love isn't about stimulation anymore. It's about presence. Senior cats may also become more sensitive to noise, to stress, to emotional shifts in their environment. When they choose to stay close despite discomfort, that's devotion. They don't seek excitement. They seek peace. And if you are their peace, you are their person. You might notice an older cat tolerating more from you touch, handling, medical care. This isn't resignation. It's trust earned over time. They've learned that even when something feels uncomfortable, you won't harm them. That level of trust is rare in the animal world. Even grief shapes cat love. Older cats remember those they've bonded with humans or other animals. They carry those memories quietly. If an older cat forms a new bond after loss, it's not because they forgot. It's because they chose to love again. That choice carries weight. Older cats don't love loudly. They love wisely. They've learned that love doesn't need proving. It only needs protecting, not less love. Just a different language than dogs. One of the most unfair comparisons in the animal world is this: cats versus dogs. Dogs love out loud. Cats love with intention. When people say cats are less loving than dogs, what they're really saying is that cats don't perform love for approval. Cats don't seek validation. They seek alignment. Dogs are wired for cooperation. Cats are wired for choice. A dog's affection is immediate and expressive, wagging tails, jumping, constant closeness. Cat affection is selective and situational. Both are real. They're just different emotional systems. Cats don't need to reassure you constantly. They assume the bond exists unless something breaks it. That confidence is often mistaken for indifference. But indifference doesn't follow you from room to room. Indifference doesn't memorize your routine. Indifference doesn't show up when you're emotionally quiet. Cats also don't attach through hierarchy. Dogs often see humans as leaders. Cats see humans as equals. This changes everything. When a cat rubs against you, it's not submission, it's mutual recognition. When they sit beside you instead of below you, it's companionship, not obedience. And unlike dogs, cats don't seek approval for love. They don't look to you to confirm it. They express it when it feels right to them. That's why cat love feels earned. Cats also value emotional honesty. If they're overwhelmed, they leave. If they're content, they stay. If they're unsure, they observe. There's no performance, no pretending. This honesty makes cat love incredibly pure. Another difference is memory. Dogs live in the moment. Cats live in patterns. Cats remember how you handled them during stress, how you reacted when they were afraid, how you respected their boundaries. Their love is built on those memories. That's why cats can forgive distance, time apart, and even mistakes if trust was strong. Comparing cat love to dog love is like comparing poetry to music. One is rhythmic and expressive. The other is layered and quiet. Neither is better. Both are deep. Once you stop expecting cats to love like dogs, you start noticing how much they've been loving you all along. The rarest signs when a cat loves you at the deepest level. Not all cat love looks the same, but some expressions are so rare, they only appear when a cat feels completely bonded. These are the moments most people never experience because they require time, patience, and absolute trust. One of the rarest signs is total relaxation around you. A deeply bonded cat doesn't just nap near you, they lose awareness. Muscles fully loose, breathing slow and heavy, sometimes even twitching in dreams. That level of sleep only happens when the nervous system feels zero threat. You've become their safe zone. Another powerful sign is mirroring. Your cat starts matching your habits. Sleeping when you sleep, waking when you wake, settling when you settle. This isn't coincidence. It's emotional synchronization. In nature, synchronized behavior happens only within trusted groups. Cats don't do this casually. There's also the silent permission many people overlook. A cat that allows you to touch sensitive areas, paws, tail base, belly without tension is showing complete emotional surrender. They're trusting you not to cross the line. And if they gently stop you instead of reacting aggressively, that's communication built on trust. Some cats show rare love by staying visible during stress, vacuum running, strangers visiting, loud noises. If your cat doesn't hide, but chooses to stay where they can see you, it means your presence lowers their fear. You've become their anchor. Then there's something even more subtle: emotional return. A cat that loves you deeply will come back after conflict or discomfort, after the vet, after medicine, after something unpleasant. They don't hold grudges like people assume. If trust is strong, they restore connection quickly. That return is forgiveness. Another rare sign is sharing vulnerability. Some cats vocalize softly only with their chosen human. Others purr so quietly it's barely audible. These sounds aren't meant to be heard, they're meant to be felt. They're private, and perhaps the rarest sign of all, choice without reward. A cat that comes to you without food, toys, or attention being offered. Just to sit nearby, that's pure attachment. No transaction, no benefit, just presence. Cats don't give this level of love often. When they do, it's because the bond feels permanent. You're not just someone they live with. You're part of their emotional identity. What cat love teaches us? Quiet trust, chosen connection. Cat love doesn't chase you. It meets you where you are. After understanding how cats feel love, one truth becomes clear. Cats don't love out of need. They love out of choice. And that choice makes their affection rare, honest, and deeply meaningful. Cats teach us something humans often forget. Love doesn't have to be loud to be real. They show us that trust grows in silence. That boundaries don't weaken connection. They protect it. Every time a cat walks away and comes back on their own, they're showing what healthy attachment looks like. Cats never rush intimacy. They allow it to grow. They teach patience. If you try to force love, they resist. If you respect space, they lean in. That lesson goes far beyond animals. It reflects how real relationships work. Cats also teach emotional presence. They don't fix your pain. They sit with it. They don't demand attention. They offer companionship. In a world full of noise, that kind of love feels grounding. When a cat loves you, they remember not just what you did, but how you made them feel calm, safe, understood. Their love is built on emotional memory, not constant reassurance. And once that memory is strong, the bond doesn't break easily. Cat love also reminds us that independence and intimacy can coexist. A cat can walk alone and still be deeply connected. They don't lose themselves in love, and they don't expect you to either. That balance is powerful. If a cat has chosen you, it means you respected their language. You listened when they were silent. You didn't take distance personally. You allowed trust to form naturally. That's why cat love feels special. It's not given to everyone. It's not automatic. It's earned. And once earned, it's steady. So the next time your cat sits quietly nearby, slow blinks from across the room, or simply chooses to exist in your space, understand what they're really saying. I trust you. I choose you. I'm home. That's love. The cat way.